Well, hello, and welcome to Butter Roll Boutique. I am Doretha, and today is January 2nd, 2023. And today I will be showing you how I crochet in the round to create my doll pieces. As you can see, this is the beginning of a doll head, and I am crocheting in the round. I'll remove my stitch marker. I go into the first stitch. Then I replace my stitch marker. I continue to crochet around, making it as tight as I can without hurting myself, because this can be very painful to your hands. So I go around one stitch at a time. And please pardon my Five Below phone stand. You can see one of the legs right here. Well, it still works for me for right now. So we'll keep going. Put one stitch in every stitch. Sometimes the yarn makes that noise, screechy noise. I love it. I love the sound of that yarn. I know most of you by now understand that I do fight and battle every day with anxiety and depression. So I got on here and I was trying to move kind of fast, and I was doing pretty good. I was keeping up the stamina, but there's one thing about having anxiety and depression is that, at least with me, I hop in, both feet, both guns drawn, going head over heels toward whatever it is that I'm doing. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. And then I seem to run out of steam. I seem to hit a brick wall. I seem to get stuck. And then I shut down. Well, I thought all of that was gone because I was feeling so good. But when I started YouTube, I realized that it was not all gone. It was lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity. So as I stand right here, well, sit right here today, I realized that I can't do what everybody else do. And I can't do it how everyone else does it. I have to move according to how God will allow me to move. And He made all of us different. Some people can talk and crochet the most difficult projects. They can entertain. And I was like, ooh, I want to do that. But at this time, that's not me. Okay? I am who I am. And I know that I have to take things at a slow and steady pace. So, as I sit here this morning, coming here to show you how to do this crocheting in the round, I just want to say to you, to everybody who watched my videos, to everyone who has ever shared out a video, to everyone who has subscribed, and to those who are on the fence about subscribing, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. If I start calling names right now, that would put me, I think, at a disadvantage. I don't want to, I say that because I don't want to leave anybody out. I have met so many wonderful people. I mean, warm and welcoming people. Real people. I believe they're real. I've met some who won't even acknowledge that you're there in the room for whatever reason. I don't ever want to be like that. Never. Mm-mm. I want to always be able to show love. Especially, I know it's easy to show love to the people who show you love, but I definitely want to show love to them. And I'm learning about this YouTube. I'm learning a little bit, slowly but surely. I'm learning, okay? Don't count me out. So I am, oh, there's a piece of hair. Where'd you come from? Quite possibly out of my head, but you have to go. You see how far back I gotta go back to get you out. Get rid of you. Okay, you go to the trash. We don't want to crochet hair into our work. Yeah. So I got up this morning. Thank the Lord. I always thank the Lord for giving me another opportunity to get this thing right. I've messed up so much in life, you know, but I have learned that I'm loved. I am the apple of God's eye. And even through my bad times, through my good times, He loved me. And He tells me not to be afraid. I've been afraid for years. Why? I don't know. Everything scared me. I'm scared of this, scared of that. Scared to go out. Scared to stay in. Oh my God. But I'm learning. He's speaking to me through His word. He's saying, don't be afraid, Dorita. Whatever has happened to you in your past, it does not determine your future. Can you believe it? I made it all the way around that and back to my stitch marker while I was talking at the same time. My hands swell. Can you see my finger? Yep, that's what happens to me. So I have to do a little bit and stop. So what I'm going to do right now is just stop right here. I'm going to pull up this loop so that I won't lose my, stitches. And that's the way I do that. And I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to start you off at the beginning so you can see how I actually started this. What I'm doing works for hats, works for amigurumi. Anytime you want to make this type of shape, you will do it. You can do it the way I'm about to show you. This is my way. Okay. So what we'll do is get some yarn, and I'm using red. How many of you remember that this is my calendar flipped over backwards? It makes a nice little mat here for the camera. I hold my yarn in my hand like this. The working yarn goes over the top of my fingers. Then I wrap this yarn around the two fingers and I cross them. Now you didn't see anything. Let me get back in this frame. Okay, I wrap two fingers, and as I turn over, I crisscross them at the back. And then I hold it on this side. Okay? See how I look on that side, but on this side it's crisscrossed. Then I go under the first side, and I grab the second side, and I pull up a loop, and as I'm pulling up the loop, I'm turning my hook. I hope you all saw that. Let me do it again. It's kind of hard up under this little tripod, my little 5 below tripod. But so let me try it again. I'm going to wrap, and I'm going to wrap, and again, it's hard to see. It's hard to work with this. Let me try it again. I'm going to wrap and crisscross. Okay, then I'm going to hold it with my thumb. See the crisscross? I'll go under this one, pull up a loop, and I'm going to turn my hook. See that? I pulled it up and I turned. Then I grab it right there. Is that a technical term? I grab it. Okay? And that is mine. That is my loop. Okay? Then if you want, you can chain one here. Sometimes I don't. But if you chain one, that'll hold your loop. You don't have to hold it anymore. Okay? And then I can make that loop smaller by pulling the short end. And then I can either move that over the tail, and I can crochet over it. I want to put, for this loop, you can put how many you want. But for when I do my amigurumi, I use single crochet. So I do a single crochet into that loop while I'm holding and crocheting over the tail. I do a single crochet into the loop. That's my second single crochet. 1, 2. I'm going to do 6. Do another one. That's 3. Into the loop. That's 4. Hold that tail down. Into the loop. That's 5. And go into the loop. That's 6. Now let me count them to make sure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that little bitty one almost disappeared, but it's 6. Okay, so now we're going to pull the tail to close up the loop. Just pull it. If I did it right, sometimes I do it on the wrong side and it won't pull, but I did it right that time. Okay, you saw how it closed up the loop? Now I'm going to make my way around here. Still going to crochet over that tail. and I'm going to find the first stitch. So let me count back. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's number 6. I'm going to go in, and it might be a little hard because it has shrunk for some reason. Okay, wait a minute. I got to get in that stitch right there. That's number 6 that I made. I can't hardly see either. Ooh, that was a little rough, but I got it. Okay, so I'm in that stitch. I'm going to crochet over my tail, and I'm going to pull up a loop. Okay, pull up a loop and do my single crochet. That's what I do. Now I need sorry for moving this tripod. It's just sitting here. It's just sitting here, being lovely. I'm going to put a stitch marker into that first single crochet that I just made, okay? Because this time, to make this grow, I'm going to put 2 single crochets into that same stitch. So I fought and wrestled to get inside that stitch, so now I got to do it again to get this second. Make sure you go under both loops. Okay, so there I go. Another single crochet into that same loop. I hold my hook so tight sometimes it just snaps out of my hand. Okay, let's go into the second loop, and we're going to add 2 single crochets. Okay, now find the third one, which is right here. I'm going to crochet over the tail, put 2 single crochets in that stitch. It's hard to hold too. Find the next one. Make sure you don't skip one. Put 2 in there. 1. Go back in the same one. 2. Find the next one, which is right here. Let's put 2. There's 1, 2. Okay. Now let's find the 6th stitch, which is the last one because this is my first stitch. So this is the last stitch right here. I'm going to put 2 in there. And I'm carrying my tail. That's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Okay. Now, let's make sure we started out with 6. Then we doubled in each one. So we should now have 12. So let's hold our spot and count. See if we got 12. We're counting these V's. See the V's? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we have the correct count. It's important to count. I know it's tedious and it takes up time, but I have to use stitch markers to mark my place, and I have to count. I just have to do that. So now we want this circle to keep growing so it can get bigger and bigger and bigger like this. So the next round, you will put 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Okay. Replace your stitch marker. in that first stitch. I always do the first stitch. That's the way I do mine. Okay, so that's 1. And the pattern for this round, you're going to put 2 in the next stitch. Okay, I'm still carrying this tail. So there's 1. You can carry that tail for as long as you want. Okay, let me pay attention to what I'm doing. 2, okay. I put 2 in that stitch. And this is going to make it grow. Put 1, then 2. Put 1 stitch in there, then 2 in there. 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. So here I go. I'm going to go ahead before I lose my spot. Y'all know how I am. So that's 2. And the next one, we're going to put, what's our 1? Okay. Yep. Our pattern is 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's 1. Then we'll do 2. Okay. Then 1. Then 2. Okay, and we do that all the way around until we get to the end of the row. 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. Okay, so the next stitch, we don't want to skip any. The next stitch we'll put 1, then 2, then 1 and 2. Then 1 and 2 in the last. Okay, I'm just pulling up single crochets. There you go. And so it has gotten bigger, but we want it to keep growing until we get it to the size that we want it. If you was making something and that's as big as you needed it to be, if you wanted something slender and round, you stop right there and you keep going around the circle with 1 single crochet in each stitch. Don't grow it anymore. But we're still growing this circle. So we'll remove our first stitch marker and we will go into that next stitch. We'll go into the next stitch and we'll put 1 single crochet there, and we will replace the stitch marker. Why do I keep putting it on my left side when all I have to do is put it right here? Well, we'll work on that. Okay, we're going to put 1 there. We'll put 1 in the next. And we'll put 2 in the next. 1, 2 in the same stitch. Okay? So, here we go. The pattern is 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. All the way around. Okay? 1, 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 1, 2. Continue the pattern. 1, 1, 2. Continue the pattern. 1, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Okay. And now I'm back at my stitch marker, my first stitch marker. See how it got bigger? With each row, you would continue to increase. The next pattern will be 1, 1, 1, then 2 in the next. 1, 1, 1, then 2 in the next. So you're making 3 single crochets, then 2 in the next. You go all the way around just like that. And the round after that, you will make 4 single crochets, then 2 in the next. 1, 1, 1, 1, then 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, then 2. I hope that you got this the simple way that I explain it. After you make this as big or as little as you need it to be, and you don't want it to grow anymore, you just stop and continue on the way that I'm doing with this is making 1 single crochet in each stitch. Do not add 2 anymore. 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and it will begin to take on this curve. And as you can see, it kind of looks like a little hat, or it looks like a little cap, or whatever you decide to make it as. Okay? And so that's the end of my tutorial. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that I have been a blessing to your life, and I hope that you are able to understand the beginning stages, steps in crochet. How to crochet in the round. Thank you for coming. And I pray that everything I've done today has been in God's perfect will. And please come back to see me. Bye-bye.